ICE Denver arrested a 36-year-old citizen of Mexico who is registered as a sex offender and has been convicted of sexual assault of a child in Lake County, Colorado. ICE Baltimore arrested a 50-year-old citizen of China convicted of sex trafficking in Bel Air, Maryland. And ICE Boston arrested a 46-year-old citizen of Jamaica convicted of 3 counts of rape of a child and 2 counts of indecent assault and battery of a child under 14 in Boston, Massachusetts.
That was White House Press Secretary Leavitt laying out the arrests of some of these illegal aliens being deported by ICE. All of it coming as President Trump is now authorizing the Department of Defense to control some federal land along the border stretching across 3 states. And the new plan seems to be working, with March encounters at the southern border down 95% from March of last year. Let's bring in White House border czar Tom Homan. Tom, thank you so much for being here. It appears all of your efforts are working here. Now, why is it that you've been able to secure the border in this way and the previous administration was not?
Because I work for the greatest president in my lifetime, Donald Trump. He proves it every day. He proves every day that he's the greatest president in the history of this nation, because he took the effort. Day one, he knew what he had to do, because he did it during Trump 45, putting out executive orders, remain in Mexico, the third safe country agreements, end, catch, and release. And plus, he's got this out-of-the-box thinking, as he always does, bringing the whole of government to securing the border, including DOD. Right now, today, as I'm talking to you, we have the safest, most secure border in the history of this nation, because of President Trump and the men and women of the Border Patrol, who are doing a great job, men and women of ICE doing a great job every day. Most secure border in history right now because of these efforts.
Tom, we know how you feel about sanctuary jurisdictions. We talk about it all the time. A pretty egregious case just came out today out of Maryland. If we can pull the guy's photo up right now, call for number 7. ICE in Baltimore announced that a Guatemalan illegal alien who has been deported 2 times from the country already is facing charges in Prince George's County, Maryland. That's a sanctuary county, facing charges for murder. And Prince George's County released him into the community and ignored ICE's detainer. ICE is blasting the county in a statement, saying that they're putting the community at risk. Just give us your reaction to hearing that this sanctuary Maryland county released a guy 2 times deported who is facing murder charges locally there.
It's disgusting. People want to know why I get so upset and emotional on news networks or testifying in front of Congress, because of what these sanctuary cities are doing. Sanctuary cities, sanctuary states are sanctuaries for criminals. You just talked about public safety threats arrested in Boston. Remember, the Boston mayor testified that Tom Homan was lying. We don't have a problem there. I said I was going to bring hell to Boston. Of course, the left hated that, but I meant that we're going to go to Boston, bring hell to illegal aliens that rape children. So now we got to go to Baltimore. I'll get together with Secretary Noem. We're going to increase resources in Boston. We got 2 Venezuelans just tortured a woman, left her for dead, torturing her with an electric drill in Washington State. So look, sanctuary cities, we're just going to increase resources there. Why? Because they're releasing public safety threats, significant public safety threats back in the community. President Trump made a commitment. We're going to concentrate on the significant public safety threats and national security threats. We know where they are because they're getting released by sanctuary cities every day. That is why we're going to increase resources in these areas. We're going to bring a lot of attention to these areas because that's where the danger is. We're going to keep President Trump's promise to America. We're going to make this country safe again, and we're going to target every foreign national public safety threat in this country. We won't rest till every single one are eradicated from this country.
Tom, Caroline Leavitt at the White House just a moment ago was asked about this person who was sent away to that prison mistakenly. She said the media coverage of it is despicable and described it like this.
The Democrat and media outrage over the deportation of Abrego Garcia, an MS-13 El Salvadorian illegal alien criminal who is hiding in Maryland, has been nothing short of despicable. Based on the sensationalism of many of the people in this room, you would think we deported a candidate for Father of the Year. That's because, unfortunately, many in this country care more about this quote-unquote Maryland father, a legal alien MS-13 gang member, than a Maryland mother and an American citizen who was brutally murdered at the hands of a different illegal alien. Of course, I am referring to Rachel Morin.
Tom, how do you respond to these Democratic lawmakers, including Van Hollen, who say they're going to now ask for a meeting with the president there in El Salvador? They're going to travel there and demand his release.
Well, good luck with that. Carolyn Levin is exactly right. Every time I read a story about this, it's Maryland father, Maryland father. They don't mention he's a member of MS-13, who is a designated terrorist group, one of the most violent gangs in the world. They don't mention he's an MS-13 member. They don't mention he's an El Salvadorian citizen being held by the country of El Salvador. El Salvador makes that decision. Now the courts said we got to facilitate. We'll facilitate, but El Salvador has full authority on this. Again, a terrorist threat. Now if somehow he comes back and that happens, he's going to be detained and removed again. He's an MS-13 gang member based on our intelligence and El Salvador's intelligence. He will be detained and he will be deported. But what's the sense of bringing someone back to simply go and face deportation again? He's a public safety threat. He's a gang member and he's a designated terrorist. We should not be bringing any of those people back to the United States. That's my opinion.
All right, Tom, thank you very much for joining us on all the breaking news.